About 5.5 years ago, I started as a heap worker over in the social welfare examiner department, and I did that for about 6 months, and that's a temporary position, and the caseworker position became available, and I've been a caseworker in the preventive unit for about 4.5 years. Well, as a preventive caseworker, we typically have the family for at least a year, oftentimes much longer than that. So I first try to build a rapport. Most of them have already dealt with CPS, so I try to come in and be more of a friendlier face, so that they are open up to me a little bit. I have to try to convince them to engage in services. I offer the services. Sometimes they're court ordered and they don't really have a choice, so I try to sell it to them so that they participate, so they can start making positive changes in their lives, and try to build that rapport so that they can trust me and we get to know each other. Ultimately, my job is to prevent children from being placed outside of their home. Most of our cases have court-ordered supervision. We have to make sure that the families follow what the court order is. Some of our cases are also voluntary, but our job is to get the services in place to help the families be successful in keeping their children at home with them.
Services, this is Susan. Can I help you?
On a typical day, I'd come in the morning, answer phone calls, listen to my messages, make some phone calls, and then my goal would be to get out on the road to see families, to see kids at school or in their homes. But more often than not, the best laid plans don't happen. Someone's in crisis, there's an add-on for court that we have to change our schedule to be able to do those things. And a lot of times we have to arrange our schedules even working past regular hours to be able to fit everything in. I can think of two challenges that stand out. Most importantly, just trying to get the job done. There's so many things to do, and it's practically impossible to fit everything into a day, and it's constantly juggling time. And then as far as working with the families, it's so hard to make them see sometimes what they need to do to change. When they're in it every day, it's very hard for them to see. And for me, standing on the outside, I can look and say, oh, if you just change this, that, and the other thing, and they just don't see it. And it's very frustrating sometimes. They don't see the impact it's having on their children. When those changes do finally happen, it's a great feeling when you see your family. When we get to close a case successfully, they feel good, we feel good that we've done things. Sometimes it's little things like a family who doesn't have any food and we have to bring them a food pantry, or finding a way to get them sneakers before school starts, little things. A lot of times I might be the only support that these people have. They call me. Before we came in here, had that phone call from a mom who wanted to just check with me to make sure this is what she should be doing. She doesn't have any family or friends to get positive feedback from or to get advice from. So a lot of times I am the person they turn to, or if they need help, I'm the person they turn to. And that makes me feel good that they can trust me to help them out and kind of help guide them. It's those small steps. It takes all those little steps. There's very rarely do you just have one huge leap and bound. It's all those little steps, and a parent getting a job, of securing an apartment, little things. The kids who are struggling in school, who start changing their behaviors because of the services they're receiving, and their grades are better, and they come home and say, Susan, look, I got on the honor roll, or I got a good citizen award. And those little things I know are partially to do with the services that we've helped and implement in their family, and it does make you feel really good. And I've met a lot of really great people. I've worked with some really nice families who, have hit a bump in the road, a lot of them that came our way, but they're good people, and I've learned from them as much as they're learning from me, I think. I do think that people think the clients that we work with, they're just receiving welfare, they're never going to change. But honestly, most of the clients that I have are families who have hit a bump in the road. Something has gone awry in their lives, and oftentimes one thing leads to another, and they just need some help figuring it out, some support, and that's something that we can offer to them. You've got to be flexible because your day is never what you plan it to be, and you've got to have compassion. You've got to feel some empathy for the people that you're working with, and try to understand the boat they're in. Things are so bad sometimes that they can't seem to get out, and you want to be able to, if you want to help people, you can make a difference. And again, I work with, my coworkers are terrific, the service providers are terrific. I've met so many nice families, and it is very rewarding. There are times that I feel like I'm pulling my hair out, but most of the time I absolutely love it.